stuff with animals. And you can't really tell unless you really study it. So one of these days I'm going to do it, live television interview in front of my cousin's home. That was mine for Indians. Hey, isn't that? I don't know, but they're going over there. Big hole over there. Over there. Over there. That's a Grand Canyon. As soon as people heard I was coming down here, my white friends, like at the gym yesterday, I was telling you I was coming here, one of them said, oh, you gotta go to that viewing platform over the canyon. You know, the invisible one? I said, I grew up on a res. What makes you think I'm gonna go on a res-constructed platform? You went there and see all these Navajos going, fuck no! Evil little guy putting bungee cord on him. That's the amazing part. What you white folks have to do to scare yourself. Extreme sports. The X Games should be underlined. Ways in which white guys are trying to kill themselves. You know what an extreme sport for an Indian is? Graduating high school. You're never going to see the headline, right? Indian dies in snowmobile accident jumping over 18 school buses. We made all that shit taboo. Indian dies in mountain climbing accident. Oh, taboo. So they came and interviewed me, and I talked about the war medals. And I said, well, I don't want these war medals to be about valor, courage, and bravery, even though they are. I want them to be tiny little pieces of forgiveness. And even as I said it, I thought, oh, God. I thought, you whore. I mean, that's the thing about Indians we have to be careful with. We have to be so careful around you non-Indians because you believe us. We just make stuff up. Yeah, you know, ceremony, we dig in these claws into our chest and we swing on them. I don't know, we get really stoned. The new one now, I don't know if it's gotten here yet. Our co-ed sweat lodges. White women in the Northwest are falling for it. White women, no! It just means an Indian guy wants to see your cooter. That's all it is. It's all dark in there. You're thinking I'm okay, but he's got it on the night vision. He was in Iraq. We have to be careful because there's been so much negative stuff about us. We get subjected to so many negative stereotypes. We get vilified like misunderstood in so many ways that we fall in love with the positive stereotypes. We fall in love with them and we start believing that stuff. Every Indian guy in here thinks that it came right down to it. Think you're a warrior? Sing hard enough? I'll be bulletproof. And every Indian in here, man or woman, secretly or not so secretly believes they can talk to animals. I saw some of you walking in here, talking to the squirrels. I try. I still want it to be true. I want to be Dr. Doolittle. Or Indian version, Dr. Don't-Little. Squirrel runs by. Squirrel runs home. How was your day, honey? It was all right. Got nuts? Other Indians tried to talk to me. So I gotta be careful with my emotional content. I've gotta be careful with revealing spiritual beliefs. I gotta be careful with all that stuff. Cause you believe it, you take it, you run with it, you think we're magical. Even now when I'm telling you this, you're thinking, oh, he's so honest. Or you start doing that thing that women do when they're in a bad relationship. Well, he's saying this, but he means something else. I love that thing you women do. It makes us feel so much more complicated than we actually are. Because the thing is, I've been married 15 years, my wife is getting increasingly complicated. I'm getting increasingly simpler. A bag of chips and Sports Center, that's all I need, and my emotional needs are met. Really, I'm content. My sons will be sitting there with me, we'll be sharing chips. Watching Sports Center. That's all we need. And every once in a while, we need to just pretend we have a gun. I was reading this article about predator behavior. Predator animals only have 3 questions when they come upon something. Do I eat it? Do I mate with it? Or do I run from it? So I flew to Chicago for the Oprah show. I was excited. And it was during that flu epidemic those years back. If you remember that one where you vacate up both ends? But I don't get sick. I don't get sick. See, I even worry about telling you this kind of stuff. I've had the flu 3 times in my entire life. I don't get colds. You know, my sons are licking me. You know? I mean, I'm a father. I mean, being a good parent is about body fluids. It is. Poop, pee, spit flying everywhere. That's parenthood. You teenagers have no idea that your parents look at you and we just see you as sacks of body fluid. We love you, but you're a sack of body fluid. You just happen to be our sack of body fluid. You're passing down our DNA in that sack and it'll go on. I don't get sick. I do not get sick. I have some powerful immune system. I do not get sick. So I wasn't going to get there. Everybody's worried for me. Well, you can't get the flu before you go over. You can't get sick. You'll miss it. You can't miss it. You know, my white friends were suggesting stuff. Oh, you need bee pollen. It's a virus. You need bee pollen. You need green tea. You need echinacea. Who's he? My Indian friends were no better though. They kept saying, you need to go into the sweat lodge and pray. Sweat lodge, yep.